Welcome to another episode of Her Life with Lupus. It's been about 2 months since I last posted, and in those 2 months, literally a month ago tonight, I got sick, was hospitalized in two different hospitals. I was where I work, and I was at a local hospital where I live. So what happened? Well, I finished school June 20th. I successfully finished school June 20th. Unfortunately, I did not graduate with the class. Aside from that, I took a state exam that I was pretty much confident in. And the day after, that's when I started feeling lousy. Lousy as in I was feeling very fatigued, very pained and achy. I was feeling a lot of pressure on my chest. I was having a really bad toothache with some kind of pressure weighing down on my face. So me knowing what I know and that I work in the medical field, first thing I immediately thought was, oh my God, I'm having a stroke. And I said, there is no way. No way, no way, no way. So a month ago at about 8 o'clock or 8:30, I got hungry and I drove myself over to McDonald's, right? So all I ordered that night was French fries and a small caramel frappuccino or McFrap. I don't know, whatever. And I ate the fries on my way home and I sipped on the frap. There was something about the frap I really didn't like. Well, my people, I got sick. I was bleeding from everywhere you could imagine. My stomach was totally hurting me. I mean, you name it. That's what I was and where I was. And it was going on, the pain and the discomfort and the episode, it was going on from 8:30 till about 11:30, 45-ish, midnight. And when I thought it finally tamed, it happened again at 3 in the morning. And it came at me with full force. This tame, this fire. It was bad. It was really, really bad. So I walked myself to the emergency room. And a gazillion hours in the ER, let me tell you something, they did absolutely nothing for me. Absolutely nothing. I was bleeding. I voided out blood. I passed blood. I brought up blood. You name it, it was bloody. But I couldn't figure out why. I was saying there's no way in hell I'm gonna get sick like this over French fries. In the midst of that, my fingers were beyond swollen, my toes were beyond swollen, my ears were swollen, I had the rash on my face, my lupus was kicking my ass. My blood pressure dropped 80 over 60. My systolic and diastolic were very low. I had a heart rate of 136 beats a minute. So I was hypotensive and tachycardic. And the doctors wouldn't do anything. And I expressed my concern, and for a while I was trying to keep my cool. I didn't want to say anything about my being in the medical field because I've noticed that can intimidate people. And I don't want to do that. But when it got to a point where they told me that there was nothing that they can do, my knowledge came out. And this is my message. This is the purpose of my message. If you're in the field, my advice to you, in all honesty, and I'm speaking as somebody that works in the field who has encountered people that work in the field, don't tell them that you're in the field, because they become easily intimidated. Suddenly they begin to question if what it is they're doing is right or wrong. Do they, are their gloves on? Did they wash their hands before and after they put their gloves on? Simple, teeny, tiny little things they start to think about. Now, this is where I say you talk about your degrees and your certificates and your licenses. You talk about it in this instance. You have colitis and there's nothing we can do, so we're gonna send you home. Time out. I'm sorry, what? You're telling me I have colitis and there's nothing you can do? My stomach is hurting me. I'm nauseous up the wazoo. I am voiding and passing blood everywhere, from everywhere. I am bringing it up, and you're telling me there's nothing you can do? An endoscopy, an emergency colonoscopy, there's really nothing you can do? Blood work, nothing? Well, we don't have a gastroenterologist. Well, find one. So now I started mentioning doctors, I started mentioning protocol and hospital surveys and such, and lo and behold, I was admitted. Literally all of this happened a month ago tonight. And man, oh man, was I scared. I had never endured such a thing. The doctor came in and asked me about my lupus, and I told him, I said, I found it funny that I was in school and I was fine, and now that school is over, my body's acting up. And, with all my chief complaints and everything, they told me, well, lupus is a big umbrella. There's a lot of things under the lupus umbrella, and unfortunately, this colitis could have triggered this flare. So don't let anybody that thinks they know it all, they're smarter than you, step over you. Because at the end of the day, my loopy friends, you know your body, you know what you can handle, you know what you can tolerate. Don't let anybody stupid you down. Because if I didn't allow it, there's no way in hell you folks should allow it. Bottom line. Wishing you all a wonderful night. I am going to take it easy. I'm going to lay down, finish watching Pretty Woman. And until next time, have a wonderful night. Sending you all gentle hugs and air kisses. Have a good night.